starting from seated today. Grab whatever props that you like to use, yoga blocks, pillows, maybe something to sit on in the beginning. We'll just use the seated position in the beginning to find the breath, to warm up the shoulders a little bit. We're going to be working with some side planks today, so kind of building some shoulder strength, some abdominal strength as well. So again, having whatever props allow you to find a comfortable seat on your mat, Sukhasana or cross-legged seat if that's comfortable for you. As always, if a cross-legged seat doesn't work for your body for any reason, you are free to come into another seated position that does. Just make sure you find a position that allows you to lengthen upwards through the spine. A lot of the time when we sit, especially with legs extended forwards, it forces you into a rounded back by tucking the tail under. And then your shoulders kind of have no other option but to round forwards. So we want to be able to think of sitting on the front of the sit bones, the bony part of your butt, and then just finding a gentle lift of the tail towards the back of the heart. From there, you can elevate, lift up from the rib cage, stacking your shoulders over your hip. Start with your palms up or down, whatever feels most comfortable to you. If comfortable, allow your eyes to close, allowing the eyelids to be soft, the jaw to soften. Maybe allow the tongue even to soften away from the roof of your mouth. Let that softness work its way down and throughout your body, through the muscles of the throat, and across the collarbone, shoulders, shoulder blade. Continuing to soften downwards into arms, fingers. Softening the belly for now. Letting the belly begin to fully expand and contract like a balloon with each breath. Soften the glutes beneath you, thigh, knees, calves, ankles, and all the way into your toes. For the next few breaths, softening into this space. Allowing your breath to begin to deepen, to calm, to lengthen, and to become your yogi breath. Full, complete inhale through the nose, and a long, complete exhale through the nose. 4 to 6 seconds in, and 4 to 6 seconds out. Until eventually each full cycle of breath becomes the same length as the one before, and the same length as the one after. Feel free to keep your eyes closed, or begin to slowly blink your eyes back open. Maybe not focusing on any one thing just yet. If your palms were down, flip them upward so that the palms face the ceiling. Curl your fingers a few times in and out of fists. Notice maybe movement in the wrists, deflection, tension. Hold your fists, flex your wrists up and down a couple of times, warming up the wrist. We'll take the wrist side to side. Notice if one direction maybe feels a little easier than the other. And then you'll draw circles with the wrist. Making sure, again, circles go both directions. When you're even in both directions, simply allow the wrists to return back to the knees, sit a little taller. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Next, inhale now, circle the arms up towards the ceiling. Connect your palms overhead, trace your midline, exhaling hands to the center of the chest. We'll do 4 more like that. Inhale, circle the arms out, up, and in. Exhale, connecting, drawing down the midline, center of the chest. Again, inhale. And exhale. And 2 more with your breath. So if I'm moving faster or slower, feel free to move at your pace. So you're following your rhythm of breath, your cycle. Once more. And then this time as you exhale, let the hands travel all the way back down. And we'll place palms back on the knees, this time palms down. Hooking the fingertips underneath the kneecaps. We're going to start with a couple rounds of a seated cat and cow. Next, inhale, wrap your elbows back, draw your chest forwards and up. Pull the shoulder blades down and together. As you exhale, like the shoulder blades broaden, the shoulders roll forwards. Tuck your tail, bring the chin to your chest. We'll take 6 more rounds of a seated cat and cow. Noticing where you feel this movement moving through your body. You're finding some movement in the lower back, upper back, middle back. Movement through the shoulders, collarbones, arms, elbows, neck. And I'm warming up that entire area of your body, using your breath to guide your movement. Couple more rounds here. The next time you exhale into your cat shape, hold the rounded back, pulling back against the knees, spine is rounded, chin to chest. From this rounded spine, we're going to shift your ribs to the right. Stay to the right, but come forwards into your cow shape. So now the rib cage is arching over to the right side. Take your cow across your body to the left. So now it's a left cow. And then stay to the left, but round back into your cat. Slide the cat back through center. Take that cat all the way to the right. Come forwards into cow to the right. Slide your cow to the left. And then round the back to the left into cat. So we're going to continue here, drawing a circular but undular circular movement with the rib cage. Moving in and out of a cat-cow shape as you circle your upper body around the hips. Try to keep your hips mostly stable. So we force the movement more into the ribs, the shoulders, the arms, while the hips themselves root into the floor. You can start to increase the range of motion, the movement, the speed. As it feels good to you, we're going to take a couple more rounds in this direction. The next time you circle back, again, you'll hold that cat shape, pulling the rib cage to the wall behind you. Hold your cat shape, now shift the ribs to the left. Stay to the left, come forwards into cow. Take your cow across the body to the right. Stay to the right as you round into cat. Cat slides to the left, comes forwards into cow. Cow slides to the right and circles back into cat. So again, we're going to draw some circular motions. Undulating, moving in and out of cat-cow as you circle, just now changing the direction of those circles. Find as much movement in the shoulders, the arms, the neck. It feels good to you. And again, we're rooting down through the sit bones. I'm going to take just another couple of rounds here. Good. The next time we circle your cow to the right, we're going to hold to the right. So think about kind of cow shape over the right knee. Take the right palm, plant it outside of the right hip. Take the left hand on top of the left knee. You're just going to gently press that left knee a little closer to the floor as you turn towards the right knee and fold over the right knee itself. Good. Bring the upper body back to center. The right hand back onto the right knee. Find your cow at the top. Shift that cow over to the left. So now we're gonna move the left hand to the outside of the left hip, the right hand on top of the right knee, turn towards the left knee and fold as you use the right hand to press the right knee towards the floor. Good, allow the ribs to circle to center. The back can round a little here. Bring the left hand forwards, the right hand forwards, come into a forward fold down the center of your mat. Stay up onto fingertips and think about your fingertips pressing down and forwards to press the sit bones back. Hold just another couple breaths. And then from here, we're going to roll over onto hands and knees. So feel free to come to seated first, or maybe if it's in within the knees, you can just roll yourself all the way over, come to a tabletop position. So stacking hips over knees, shoulders over wrists, coming into a nice stable tabletop, toes tucked or untucked. Do what feels best for your low back. Again, we're going to move through some cats and cows. The inhale, once again, drawing the chest forwards, this time lowering the belly, lifting the tail. The exhale, tucking your tail, rolling through the spine, sending the ribs to the ceiling, chin to chest. Again, we'll take about 5 more rounds here of basic cat and cow. Still warming up the back, but now trying to get a little more into the shoulders, the wrists, hips. Good, couple more breaths. And then like we did from our seated position, we're going to draw some circles with your cats and cows. Your inhale, you'll come forwards in the cow shape. Exhale, round the back, sending the ribs to the right, circle the ribs to the ceiling, over to the left, and then find cow at center. Again, circle the ribs on the exhale, up and around, over to the left. So we'll stay keeping the circles, moving to the right for now, up and around on the exhale, forwards on the inhale. Try not to shorten the breath. So think about that full circular movement being a full cycle of breath. A full inhale as you fold the cow at center. And then the exhale circles the rib cage around. The next time you come into cow, we're going to reverse the circle. So you'll find your cow on the inhale, and then exhale, circle the ribs first to the left, up to the ceiling, over to the right, inhale, cow at center. So again, we'll continue here, holding the circles to the left for a couple more rounds. Good. Once you feel that you're even, hold your cow at center. Exhale, we're going to press back to child's pose, sending hips to heels, giving the wrists a little bit of a break. Let your forehead rest on the floor. Turn your hands to your palms face upwards. Curl the fingers again, in and out of fist. Flex the wrists up and down. And then maybe draw some circles, flushing the blood back into the wrists, back up the forearms. Placing palms back to the mat. Start to slide your hands back towards your knees. As you do, let the spine round. Start to lift your hips. We're going to come up into a kneeling position. Stacking hips over knees, shoulders over hips. Big inhale, circle the arms overhead. Good. As you exhale, bring the arms down beside you. Shift your weight over towards your right leg and extend the left leg out to the left. Good. Bring the sole of the left foot to the ground. So the toes point to the top of the mat. Inhale again, circle your arms overhead. This time, catch a hold of your right wrist. Send your right wrist up and over to the left into a side bend. Good, one more breath here. Again, inhale, come back to center. Now as you exhale, we're gonna slide the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers or grab onto two peace fingers. Lengthen the knuckles down towards the mat, draw the shoulders back, lift your heart, little mini back bend here. Good, inhale, circle the arms overhead. Now as you exhale, we'll start to fold forwards until you can bring palms back to the floor. The left leg still extended out. Give yourself a little bit of a rock back and forth to stretch out the inner left thigh and hip. Staying forwards over the wrist, planting your left palm. Next inhale, take your right arm out or up to the ceiling. As you exhale, sweep your right arm underneath your left. Reach towards your left toes. Lower your right ear, right shoulder to the floor. Let the weight settle towards the back of the right shoulder. Notice if the hips have shifted and try to bring the hips back to center. For more, press into your left fingertips. Roll a little deeper towards the back of your right shoulder. If you want a little more, this left hand can actually release from the floor, maybe extending the left arm to the ceiling or bringing the left hand behind your back. Back of the hand towards the small of the back or finding a half bind, reaching your left fingertips towards your right hip crease. If it's acceptable for more, that right peace fingers can reach for the left big toe. That doesn't work for you, just keep hand and foot completely to the floor by themselves. We're gonna take a couple more breaths here. If the left hand was lifted, next inhale, bring your left arm back up to the ceiling. Exhaling the left hand back down to the floor, underneath your left shoulder. Press the floor away from you. Start to unwind. Taking the right arm out, reach it up or out one more time. And then exhaling your right hand back down to the mat, readjusting yourself to all fours. Now we're going to take this left leg, try to lift the left leg, and then bring it straight back behind you, rotating the right hip down so the ball of the right foot, left foot can come to the floor. So from here, you're in a one-legged tabletop, left leg straight back behind you. From there, adjust the right knee, maybe inward slightly for balance. And then we're going to start to walk your right fingertips forwards, finding counterbalance here. Engage the core, flatten the back, press the floor away from you. You can always stay right here and just work on strengthening the core with the counterbalance. For a little more, we're going to begin to move, and the movement's going to feel a little unfamiliar in the beginning. So starting first, lift your left leg, and then we're going to lift the right leg. Your next exhale, bring the left knee towards the right elbow, touch the right elbow to the left knee. This is where it's going to feel weird. You're going to take the left leg straight back, extend the right arm back behind you so both fingertips and toes are reaching to the back of your mat. Now again, exhale, knee to elbow, knee to chest, elbow to chest. Again, inhale, right arm back, right or left leg back. And then again, exhale, knee to elbow. So we're going to do 3 more like that. Inhale, both arm and leg extend back. And then exhale, they both come into the chest. Once more, inhale. Good, and exhale. Now as you inhale, extend the left leg back, the right arm back. You can hold right here. For more, we're going to bend the left knee, flexing the left toes to the ceiling. Hold there. For more, if the bind is in your practice, you're going to reach your right hand back, see if you can catch the inside of your left foot. Then give the foot a little kick into the right hand to draw the right shoulder back, to engage through the left quad, and to create a back bend, lifting the heart, holding for 3, for 2. Take one more breath. Try not to slingshot the left foot. You're going to slowly release the left foot, extending the left leg straight back behind you. Bring the right hand back to the mat under your right shoulder. Set the left toes back down to the floor. Left leg still extended. We're going to come to a modified side plank from here. You're going to take the right toes, turn them out just an inch or so to the right. Roll to the inside edge of your left foot. Inhale, take the left arm up to the ceiling. Modified side plank or Vashisthasana. Now here, you have the option, if you want more, to extend that bottom leg and come into a full side plank, or keep the bottom knee bent, remain in your modified side plank. Keep reaching up through the left hand. Good. You have the option to remain in the full side plank, to set the bottom knee back down, come back to modified side plank. We're going to lift the left leg. So making it a little harder. If you're in full side plank, you're lifting the left leg, supporting yourself on the right. If that's too much, bring the right knee back down to the floor. Good. Now you have the option to remain in full side plank to the next transition, or set the right knee down. We're going to draw the left knee to your chest. You're going to step this left foot to the top of the mat into a lunge. Good. Once you're in your lunge, keep the left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Take a breath in, and then exhale. The left hand will come down to frame the left foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Give yourself a little bit of a rock on the foot. Draw a couple circles with the hips, circling the pelvis around the center of the mat. Good. Now from here, we're going back into that twisted lunge. Right hand down, left arm up. Now you have the option to remain here. For more, we're going to take the left toes, turn them out to the left, as safe as it is for your knee. You're going to roll to the outside edge of your right foot now, and lower the hips to the floor as you reach your left arm back behind you. Again, this is an option. You can stay in the simple version of the side lunge. So the hips are still staying above the floor. We're just lowering them down to stretch the hip. Good. Hold here for another 3, 2. Next inhale, circle your left arm up overhead. Circle it all the way around, back down to the floor. Roll back to the ball of the right foot. Straighten your left toes back towards in front of you. And then set your right knee down. Good. Slide the left knee back to meet the right. And press back into child's pose and rest a few breaths. Let the head be heavy. Let the shoulders go heavy. Again, turn the hands so the palms face up. Curl your fingers in and out of fists. Maybe circle the wrists or flex them up and down. Get some blood moving back into the wrists. Good. Take one more breath here. Bottom of the exhale, start to slide your palms back towards your knees. As you inhale, we're going to begin to roll up, pressing hips forwards over the knees. Circle your arms overhead, reach up, stretch up. Good. Exhale, arms to the hips. And we're going to shift the weight towards the left knee now. Take your right leg, extend the right leg out to the right. So we're in a kneeling position, right leg out to the right, hips stacked over the left knee. Inhale, circle your arms up. This time, catch a hold of your left wrist, come into a side bend, gently drawing the left wrist to the right. One more breath here. Now inhale, arms up. As you exhale, we'll sweep the hands behind your back. If you interlaced fingers last time, try to switch the grips. You have a different pinky on the bottom, different thumb on top. If you grab two peace fingers, try to grab the peace fingers on the other hand this time. Draw the fingertips, the knuckles towards the floor. Draw the shoulders together, back and down. Lift the heart forwards and up. Gaze might go up, any back bend. Hold here for another 3, 2. Good. Next inhale, release the hands. Circle your arms up towards the ceiling once more. Exhale, you'll start to fold. Bringing the palms to the floor. From here, give yourself a little bit of a rock back and forth. Good, and then holding it center. This time we're going to plant the right palm. Next inhale, left arm comes out or up. Exhale, sweep your left arm underneath your right, bend your right elbow, left ear, left shoulder to the floor. So think about left fingertips reaching towards your right toes. Stay up onto the right fingertips, gently pressing the right fingertips into the floor. Make sure the hips are even, so not all the weight went to the left. And then for more, you can unweight the right palm, maybe taking the arm to the ceiling or bringing your right hand behind your back. Back of the hand can rest at the small of the back or maybe come towards a half bind, fingertips reaching for the inner left hip crease. Draw the right shoulder up and back. And if accessible on this side, you have the option of the two peace fingers of your left hand binding onto the right big toe. If that's too much, leaves you feeling unbalanced, then keep both separate. We're going to hold here another few breaths. Good. Next inhale. Bring your right arm back up overhead if it was lifted. Exhaling the right palm to the floor in line with the right shoulder. Press the floor away from you. Inhale, unwind, left arm out or up. Exhaling, left hand back down to the floor. Readjusting your shoulders back over your wrists. Engage the inner right thigh, the outer right hip. See if you can lift the right leg for a moment. And then bring your right leg straight back behind you, placing the ball of the right foot to the floor. Square the hips so the right hip bone points to the ground. Pull the belly up and in. And then take the left hand, walking the left hand forwards in front of you for counterbalance. You have the option once more to stay right here and just work on strengthening the core. For more, we're going to go through the flow. So we'll inhale, lifting your right leg up. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your chest and then take the left elbow to the chest, touching knee to elbow. This is where it gets different. As you inhale, the left arm now is going to reach back as your right leg extends. And then again, knee to elbow, elbow to chest. Good. Inhale and exhale. We've got 3 more. Reaching the left arm, right leg back. And then exhale as they touch. Again. One more time. This time you'll extend left leg back, left arm, right leg back, hold. Again, you could stay right here. For more, bend the right knee, maybe stay right there. If accessible, the binds. The left hand will reach for the inside of the right foot and then give the hand a kick with the right foot to start to create a back bend. Drawing the left shoulder back as you continue to kick, chest draws forward, holding for 3, for 2. Slowly release again, turn on to slingshot. We're going to extend the right leg straight back. Bring the left hand back under the left shoulder. Set the right toes down. Roll to the inside edge of your right foot. Angling the left foot out slightly. Roll to the left palm. Inhale. Half or modified side plank, Vashisthasana. Try to check that the hips are stacked. So you don't want this right leg forwards to the right. You want the right leg still in line with the left. Right arm up to the ceiling. Again, you have the option to hold here or extend the bottom leg for full side plank, stacking or staggering your feet. Keep reaching up through the right hand. Try to reach up so much that you have very little weight sinking into the left shoulder. Keep pressing the floor away from you, so you're actually lifting from the floor rather than going heavy to the floor. You have the option to remain in your full plank or set your left knee back down. We're going to inhale, lift your right leg. So again, you can set the bottom knee down for a little less or keep the bottom leg lifted, holding in a one-legged plank. Again, you have the option to stay in full plank or set the bottom knee down. Next exhale, draw your right knee towards your chest. We're going to transition into a lunge from here. So you'll slowly start to step the right foot forward, whether you are in modified or full side plank. Take the left foot back behind you. Come into a twisted lunge. Hold for an inhale. As you exhale, lower your right hand back down to frame the right foot. Tuck the back toes, lift your back knee. We're going to spend a couple breaths here, little movements, rocking back and forth, drawing some circles with your hips. Good. Now again, holding at center. We're going to place the left hand back on the mat or a block. Next inhale, right arm will come to the ceiling. Again, you can hold right here in this twisted lunge, always setting the back knee down as well as an option. For more, we're going to take the right toes, angle them out to the right as much as it's safe for your knee. Roll to the inside or outside edge of your left foot. So the outer left hip comes towards the floor. Reach your right arm back behind you towards the back of the mat, letting the hips start to sink, but still keeping them above the mat. Hold for another 3, 2. Next inhale, circle your right arm back up, lift the hips. We're going to roll back to the ball of the left foot, straighten the right foot back to the top of the mat into a lunge, and then lowering the left knee down. Slide your right leg back to meet the left. Child's pose once again, hips to heels. So we're going to go through that flow one more time on each side. This time moving a little faster, more like 1 breath per movement. I'll still walk you through it. You still have the options to skip some of the flow part of it, maybe hold the twisted lunge, maybe hold the tabletop position, skipping through some of the side plank variation. So take another full breath in, full breath out. Next inhale, we're going to slide the hands back towards the knees, circle the arms, come up to kneeling, reaching up towards the sky. As you exhale, hands to the heart center, extend the left leg out to the left. Good, inhale, circle the arms overhead, catching the right wrist, exhale to a side bend. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, just 1 breath. We're interlace fingers, inhaling, heart to the ceiling. Good, exhale there. Next inhale, circle your arms overhead. Exhale to fold, palms to the mat. Good, from here, plant the left palm, inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, sweep your right arm underneath, but we're not gonna hold the stretch. You're just gonna reach the right fingertips to the left. Inhale, take your right arm back up to the ceiling. Good, exhale, right palm to the mat. Shifting weight back to the right knee. As you inhale, take the left leg back behind you, right fingertips forwards in front of you. Good, exhale, left knee, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, extend the left leg back, the right arm back. As you exhale, one breath into your back bend or hold. Good, next inhale, release. As you exhale, right palm down, left foot down, inside edge. Inhale to side plank, Vashisthasana. Again, full side plank or modify. Next inhale, left leg's gonna lift, whether you're in full side plank or modify. Exhale, left knee to chest, left foot's gonna step to the top of your mat. Good, inhale to the twist, left arm reaching high. As you exhale, the left hand's gonna come down to frame the left foot. You'll tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Plant the right palm, inhale, left arm up once again. Again, hold here or turn the left toes out. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Left arm will sweep back behind you. Good, press the floor away. Inhale, circle the hips up. Left arm's gonna circle up and around. Planting the left palm back to frame the left foot. Now, hold here. We're gonna lower the right knee. Holding on, one more thing. This left leg is gonna come back to the back of the mat. But what it's gonna do is the knee's gonna stay bent. We're actually gonna tap the left toes behind the right foot. And it's gonna look like this. So the right palm's gonna plant. You can keep the left hand down for now. You're gonna slide the left leg back behind you. Keep the left knee bent. Come to the ball of the left foot with the left foot behind the right. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling. So this is a modified wild thing. Your option is to stay here. For more, we're gonna straighten your bottom leg, your right leg. So come to the ball of the left foot. Then shoot the right leg out from underneath you. Lift the hips, left arm overhead. So again, you could keep this right knee down or extend the right leg forwards. Hold for 3, for 2. Good. If you are in full wild thing, lower the right knee slowly back to the floor. Roll yourself back over, bringing the left knee back to meet the right. You got one more child's pose, hips to heels. Good job. That's a full flow. So we're going to do that one more time. On the other side, rest the head, rest the shoulders, rest the wrists, open, close the fingers. Good, one more breath. Palms to the floor. Your next inhale, slide the hands back towards the knees. Lift the hips, lift the shoulders, circle your arms overhead, reach up. Exhaling, hands to the chest. We'll shift weight towards the left knee. Extend the right leg out to the right. Good. From there, inhale, circle the arms. Catching your left wrist this time, take it to a side bend to the right. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, arms behind your back, peace fingers or interlace fingers, one full breath. You'll inhale, lift, exhale to hold. Next inhale, circling arms. Exhale, fold, hinging forwards from the hips, planting the palms. Once the shoulders come back over the wrists, you'll plant the right palm, inhale, left arm up. Again, we're not gonna hold the shoulder stretch. You'll just take the left arm, reach it underneath for that exhale. And then inhale the left arm back out and up. Exhaling, left palm back to the floor. Now from here, one fluid movement. We're gonna take the right leg back behind you, reach the left arm forwards out in front of you. Take a breath in. Exhale, right knee to chest, left elbow to chest. Good, now inhale, left arm back, right leg back. Hold here or bend the right knee. Hold there or find the bind, one breath only, kicking into the hand. Good, next inhale, you're gonna take the right leg, reach it back behind you, left arm forwards. As you exhale, left hand under the left shoulder, Set the ball of the right foot down. Roll to the inside edge of your right foot. Turn the left foot out. Inhale, Vatisthasana. Again, you could stay in modified or full. We're gonna go right into the other transition. Next inhale, lift your right leg. Your exhale, you're gonna step the right foot to the top of the mat into a lunge. Take your time to get it there, lowering the right hand to the floor, adjusting the left leg, and then tucking the left toes, lifting the left knee. Good, plant your right palm, inhale, right arm back up. Again, stay here or that funky hip lunge. Turn the right toes out to the right, roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Right arm's gonna reach back behind you as the hips release towards the mat, but don't touch. Press the floor away, lift the hips. Inhale, circle the right arm overhead, roll back to the ball of the left foot, lower the right hand down, lower the left knee down. Good, this is that funky transition towards a half wild thing or full wild thing. Right fingertips will stay on the ground for balance. Slide the right leg back behind you, keep the knee bent. Open the hips, bring the ball of the right foot behind your left. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling or overhead. Now stay here or transition your weight fully towards the ball of your right foot so you can lift the left knee, straighten the left leg, more of a back bend, lift the hips, lift the heart. Hold for 3, 2. If the left knee was lifted, come back to the ball of the right foot so you can lower the left knee back to the floor. From there, we're gonna bring the right palm back to the floor, the right knee back over to meet the left. I like to get one more child's pose, hips to heels. This time, if accessible, bring your arms back behind you, backs of the hands resting on the mat, either side of your feet. Let your shoulders fall heavy around your knees. Rock your head side to side if that feels good. And from back there, you can curl the fingers again in and out of fists, getting some blood moving back into the wrists, the forearms. Good, slide your palms back forwards, either side of the knees. This time you're going to come up to a seated position. So you'll lift the upper body, the hips enough to shift the hips to one side, bring your legs around and forwards out in front of you. Good, give yourself a little shimmy down to the center of your mat from here. And then give yourself a little rock side to side. From here, bend both knees. We're gonna come into butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. The closer your heels are towards the center line of your body, the more of an intense stretch it's gonna be for the hips. But for those of us with tighter hips or tighter low back, bringing the heels in closer can force the knees up into the armpits, and you're not really getting a hip stretch that way. So sometimes you can back that, sliding the heels further away from the body can bring the knees closer to the mat and actually give you a better stretch than forcing the heels in towards you. So from here, palms onto the knees, we're gonna fold. You can place the elbows at the insides of the knees or shins. You're free to grab a hold of your feet, maybe go a little deeper. I like to place my forearms on the insides of the shins, as close to the floor as possible. Let the back kind of round so I get both a back stretch and a hip stretch out of it. Let your head be heavy. Good, take one more breath here. Press the floor away from you. Walk your hands back up your legs, come back to seated. Keep the left knee bent, lift the right leg, extend the right leg out into a half straddle. Taking your right leg as wide out to the right as it feels good to you and does not pull on the inside of your right knee. Then take the left foot, move it closer in towards your body. It might be able to touch the inner right thigh. You might still need some space as well. We're in a shift. So think about kind of adjusting your weight so that it's back on that bony part of your butt, back forwards towards the sit bones. Just that little movement is going to help tilt the pelvis forwards, make forward fold and upward range of motion a little easier than if the pelvis were tilted back. Again, you get very little range of motion from there. So again, think about being forwards towards the sit bone, pelvic bone kind of tilting forwards. From here, inhale, circle your arms. We're going to take a side bend up and over to the right. So you'll take right hand onto right shin, reach your left arm over your left ears if you're reaching towards your right toes. Use the hand on the right shin to draw the right shoulder, right rib cage under and forwards, left rib spinning up and back. Take one more breath here. Next, inhale, lift. We're going to come all the way around, planting your left palm behind your right hip, about a foot. Rolled now to the inside edge of your right leg. Bring your right arm overhead. Stay here or press into your left shin, lift your hips, press the hips forwards into another gate pose. Good, continue to press the floor away from you, take a breath in. And then exhale, lower the hips. We're going to come back to that side bend, lowering the right arm to the right shin, left arm sweeping overhead, fingertips towards toes. So you're going to flow in and out of this 3 more times, moving with the breath. As you inhale, come up. The exhale to plant. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hips down. You transition so that the inhale finds the length, fingers to toe. Exhale there. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to transition, planting the left palm. Inhale, lift the hips. Good. Exhaling, hips down. Use that exhale to move. Inhaling, arm overhead. We're going to hold on the exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Left palm down. Inhale, hips up. Again, you can always skip the hips up. Exhale, hips down. Right hand to right shin, left arm overhead. Inhale, stretch, fold. Good, 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. Planting the left palm as you exhale, hips up, inhale. Good, exhale, hips down. Take it to the side bend. Last time, left arm over left ear. This time, we're going to lower the left arm. Place the left hand on the floor. Walk both hands forwards. Come to a forward fold down the center of your mat. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Go ahead. Walk the hands back in. Coming back up to seated. You can keep the right leg where it is for now. Lift the left. Extend the left leg out towards a straddle. Again, as wide as it's comfortable now for this left leg. Slide the right hand under the right knee. Bend the right knee using a hand so you don't strain the knee. Bring the right foot in, placing the right foot anywhere on the inner left thigh or maybe slightly away from the thigh. Give yourself, again, a little shift, making sure the weight's back towards the front of the sit bones. Pelvis is kind of tilted forwards or upright rather than tilting back. From here, plant the left hand on the left shin. Inhale, find your side bend. Right arm's going to reach towards your left toes. Now think about the left palm on the shin, spinning the left ribs forwards, right ribs up and back. Next, inhale, take the right arm up. We'll use the exhale to plant the right palm behind your right hip. Shift over to the inside edge of the left foot. Bring your left arm overhead. Again, you could keep hips down or lift hips up, press them forwards. Come onto the right knee and the left foot. Take another deep breath in. And then exhaling, hips down. Use that to transition back to the side bend. Left palm to left shin, right arm overhead. Again, one breath per movement. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right hand behind the right hip. Inhale to lift or find the side bend. Exhaling, hips down. Use that full out breath to plant the left palm. So inhale, right arm overhead. Hold on the exhale. And then again, inhale, up. Plant the right palm as you exhale. Inhale to lift, pressing hips forwards. Exhaling, hips down, full transition. The inhale finds the side bend. You'll hold for the exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, up. Exhale, plant the palm. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Transition, palm to shin. Inhale, arm overhead. Hold on the exhale. Last time, inhale, take it around. Plant the palm, exhale. Inhale, lift the hips. Good, exhaling, hips down, palm to shin. Inhale, right arm overhead. This time as you exhale, the right hand's gonna come down to the floor inside the left leg. Walk both hands forwards, fold. Good, walk the hands back to center. Come up to seated. Keep your right knee bent, slide your left hand under the left knee. Use the hand to bend the knee again so you don't strain the inside of the knee. Come back to Sukhasana or cross-legged seat where we started. Give yourself a little shift back and forth into the sit bones. Start to lengthen up from the tail to the crown of the head. Inhale, circle your arms. As you exhale, left hand's going to cross to your right knee. Right hand behind your right hip. Little twist to your right. Next, inhale, taking arms up and overhead. Exhale, twist it to your left. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Connecting palms, exhaling, hands center the chest. Good, bow the chin to the chest, close your eyes. We're just gonna take about 5 to 6 breaths here before we transition onto the floor. So allowing the breath to begin to slow and deepen. Allowing the body to calm before we lie down. And then as you're ready, uncrossing the legs, slowly transitioning onto your back. So you could go 1 vertebrae at a time, or roll to the side. Now come all the way to the floor. As the head touches, give yourself a nice good stretch. Reaching from fingers to toes, big inhale. As you exhale, let the arms float down to the floor, and the palms falling open towards the sky. Take a moment maybe to adjust your legs. Open them a little wider, maybe even as wide as your mat. Let the feet fall heavy. Allow your toes to spread. Take a deep breath in. Take a nice long breath out. Again, deep breath in. Fill your body with new breath, new energy, new life. Long breath out, imagining that exhale carrying with it anything your body no longer needs. If they're not already, allow your lips to seal lightly enough your teeth can still part. Allow your tongue to fall heavy away from the roof of your mouth. Relax the muscles of your throat. Feel your breath moving freely. The soft caress of air down and up the back of your throat. Feel the expansions and contractions of your belly. The belly filling like a balloon. A gentle release. The entire body comes towards its center. Begin to soften, moving from head to feet, fingers to toe, releasing tension, softening all areas of your body. Gently place the pads of your thumbs against the pads of your index fingers and start to draw soft circles of your thumbs around your index fingers. Move your thumbs to your middle fingers, to your ring finger, soft circle, to your pinkies, and then go back the other direction from pinky to ring, middle to index. Now we're going to tap thumb to index, thumb to ring, thumb to middle, thumb to ring, thumb to pinky. Back up, thumb to pinky, thumb to ring, middle, index. Curl the fingers again in and out of fist. And as you stretch the fingers, stretch them long and wide. So you stretch the skin between each finger. And then use some resistance as they come back into fists. So we really flush the blood back into the wrists and forearm. Start to wiggle your toes, bringing some movements back into the feet, circling ankles. Feel free to circle wrists. Find one last good stretch from hands to feet. As you exhale, give your knees a nice good hug up into your chest. Take a moment here. Feel free to rock side to side, maybe draw some circles with your knees. Give your back a little bit of love. It just did a lot for you today, and we didn't do a lot in return for it. And then from here, roll your body over to right or left side. Give yourself a couple of breaths on your side. See if your head can be the very last thing to lift as you slowly press yourself back up to seated. Once more, you'll sit up nice and tall, adjusting your seat, lengthening from the crown of the head. Turn your hands once again to face palms upwards, soften your shoulders down. Next, inhale, circle your arms overhead, connecting palms. As you exhale, bring the thumbs towards the center of your forehead between the eyebrows. May your mind always know peace. Bring your thumbs to your lips. May your words always speak peace. Bring your hands to your heart center. May your heart always feel peace. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.